The issues that we're dealing with are huge. They're bigger than any one of us. It certainly requires a talented team of people working together for one goal to make it happen. One of the important aspects in ministries that we have is dealing with men who are struggling with addictions to drugs and alcohol. It's a huge issue in our society today, and it's one that's ruining families and ruining lives. And we believe that God has given us a specific calling and a gifting to be able to address those addiction lifestyles and behaviors and choices that men have made.
The joy of this job is watching men go from some thinking errors to some attitudinal issues, to some behavior issues, and transforming that into a new way of thinking, a new set of attitudes, and then a new set of behaviors that really benefits their ability to have healthy interpersonal relationships, which causes them to have less stress in their life, which gives them less reason to medicate. And so they begin to make that transition and that correlation, and kind of watching their spirits wake up again is just really the joy of this job.
For some of these men, it's the first time they've ever finished anything successfully to finish the program. And so for them to graduate from the New Life program is like a huge accomplishment for them. And it's so exciting to see the glow in their face and in their countenance, to know that they've succeeded in that, and know that they'll be able to build on those smaller victories and build them into greater victories in their life. We believe that will happen.
In the food service ministry here at the Mission, we operate 7 days a week, 3 meals a day. We're feeding all the clients that stay here at the Mission, and then the public meals at noon. And so there's a lot going on, and we do all that with basically 2 paid employees. And so that it may not make sense, but what that does show you is that we have a tremendous amount of great volunteers that bless us daily here. Probably in the neighborhood of 100 to 150 a week just in the kitchen area helping us. And we have volunteers in the King's Closet, the clothing giveaway area, and then the food pantry also. We have some people come in and do vision checks, some different things going on to help the clients, but mainly what we do is give them food.
We've expanded a whole lot in the 3 years I've been here. Expanding into women's and children's ministries again has been a big objective and goal of mine, and so pleased with the progress that we've made. So many exciting things happening, and we've got a great team of people working on that.
If there's anything that would be my greatest prayer to God, is that me as an individual and us as the Erie City Mission would make a difference. Asking to be able to see those differences is something that I've grown beyond. Trusting and having faith that God is working through us is something that I believe is happening, whether we see it or not. But we do see it. We do see women that have laid down drugs, given up alcohol, have come back to church, have overcome depression and loneliness because they have a place to connect. And that is all through the simple gesture of connecting, of offering encouragement through the Word of God. And isn't that all? Isn't that what we all need?
One of the things I've discovered about Erie, especially since coming here to the Mission, is to be reminded how generous the people of Erie are. Again and again, I have stood back in amazement to see the generosity of Erie people.
I immediately became aware of the value of the giving of money and the giving of time, and in my mind recognized that they were equal. and understood that God has given some the ability to give financially, and some the ability to give of their time, and some both. And so for our donors and volunteers, we could not do what we do without them.
We depend so fully on our volunteer corps, now over 2,000 strong. You can be involved in our kitchen, in serving at the public lunch. You can be involved in our family care center and helping people with emergency needs and groceries. You can be involved in our King's Closet and helping to sort through clothing for our neediest neighbors. If you like shopping, you can be involved in one of our thrifty shoppers and help hang clothing and help clean shelves, and so many opportunities there in our thrift enterprise. For every gifting that someone might have, there's a place where that can be used here in our ministry at the Erie City Mission. That's been a great joy in these 3 years, is getting people on board, seeing the vision of what we're trying to do, working together concertedly toward one goal, and then just stepping back and just watching it happen. I mean, it's amazing. I stand back in awe and say, God, you're so good.
I hated home because there was so much fighting there, so I ran the streets. The streets was my home. I learned to adapt real fast. I got in all kind of trouble. As I got older, I graduated to other things, for my drug use. I did time in penitentiary. I went to jail a lot. I've been shot at a lot. I've shot at people. And I'm not trying to stay there too long because that's a part of my life that, I regret. I struggled with the addiction of drugs for all my life. I've been in and out of rehabs, and for a time there I thought that would be my life, that there was no hope for me. I thought God probably turned his back on me, but I realized that I turned my back on God, and I thought probably that God has given up on me. But I realized that God never gives up on us, that he loves us no matter what. I was desperate this time for a change, so I said I need somebody hardcore that's going to tell me about myself, that's not going to give me no easy, softer way out. And maybe I wouldn't like it, but he's going to tell me the truth. And I know the truth when I hear it. So I told Daryl, I said, Daryl, I need you as my counselor. And I practically kind of begged, but he took me on. And I've grown to love that man. I've grown to, he's got a beautiful spirit. He's a man of God. He's not afraid to tell me, about me. And I'm wise enough today to listen. It's a place for a person, if they truly, truly want to come and get themselves together, the opportunity is here. If you want to know the Lord, the opportunity is here. And that's the big key here, that this is a faith-based mission. Going to meetings and reading your NA text or your A text is good, but they stress that with God, anything is possible. I'm so grateful for the mission. I'm very grateful. The mission has gave me back my life. It has gave me hope. It has gave me a vision. Right now, today, what I'm doing is I'm going to school. After all these years, I'm going to school. And I would never thought about that. The mission put that idea in my head, Go back and get your GED. Even though you're 57 years old, go back and get your GED. The mission has reconnected me back to my family. My family, they had doubts, and they probably still have doubts too now, but they could see that I'm not that same person a year ago. And it's been almost a year, come up in October 24th. It's been a year since I came back into the mission. My daughter, she loves this place. She been here to visit me, but not inside. But she was like, Dad, you need to stay there. You know, that's a good place for you, you know. If there was no Erie City Mission, if there was no Erie City Mission, I hate to think of that, but just the thing, if there was no Erie City Mission, I don't know if I'd be here now. I'd probably be dead. If there was no Erie City Mission, there wouldn't be no me. I would be out there, and there would be no hope for me. I'd have just been in the streets, or I'd been dead, or been in the penitentiary. If there was no Erie, I hate to think that what would have happened to me or any of these guys that's in the program with me today. If there was no city mission, what would we be? I'd have tried everything else. The city mission has.
We're in the hope business. And we say really that we're about transforming lives and restoring hope. And we find that it's really equal parts of that. With God's help and power, we're seeing lives transformed, change from darkness into light, no hope. Now there is hope. And it's just a wonderful thing to be a part of this God-given mission of seeing lives changed and hope restored. It's a powerful thing.